And this has Vigilance and First Strike, which is so relevant right now. And they set up for greatness by doing this, but little do they know. We got the Burst Lightning. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together a Gruul Legends deck, and the whole idea first started with Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, which says sacrifice Hajar. Legendary creatures you control get +1 and gain indestructible until end of turn. So this card inspired me to build this deck because the whole idea is if we just build around this card and make a deck full of legendary creatures, then this card could prevent board wipes, as well as we just get to play all the best legendary creatures between these two colors and just see how it does as a whole, as well as just answering all the meta threats while building it. We could get rid of aggro decks pretty easily because we have plenty of removal, and if we run into Omniscience, we have Soul Guide Lantern, or if we don't run into Omniscience, then this is a cycle 2 technically, just to draw an extra card. And the rest of the deck curves out very nicely, and we have a lot of very situational cards, but every single legendary creature in this deck has a ton of value attached to it. So we play all our legendary creatures, make a board, and hopefully have Hajar in the mix with everything, and if they use Day of Judgment or something, we get to protect our board. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Burst Lightning, 3 Kellan, Planar Trailblazer, 2 Norin Swift Survivalist, 4 Torch the Tower, 1 Hard-Hitting Question, 4 Soul Guide Lantern, 1 Hazoret Godseeker, 2 Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, 1 Magda the Hoardmaster, 1 Bristly Bill, Spine Sower, 3 Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard, 1 Ruby, Daring Tracker, 1 Arni Metalbrow, 1 Squee, Dubious Monarch, 1 Tersa Lightshatter, 1 Serac, Elusive Hunter, 1 Tavar the Pummeler, 1 Migloz Maze Crusher, 1 Samut Vizier of Naktamun, 2 Halana and Alena partners, and for the lands we got 6 mountains, 2 forests, 4 Copperline Gorge, 4 Karplusan Forest, 4 Restless Ridgeline, and 4 Plaza of Heroes. As a disclaimer for this deck, this is definitely a fun deck at heart, so if you don't have half these cards, don't craft it unless you really think this deck is interesting, because this is just a fun deck at the end of the day. But in theory, this deck should do good on curve. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos as well as member shoutouts. Let's get right into these games. Opponent goes first. This isn't bad of a hand though. We have early removal. Well, we definitely have a lot of early removal now. I am going to keep the Burst Lightning held up in case they are playing Boros, some form of Boros aggro. But it doesn't seem to be the case if they're just passing unless they drew horrible. So what is the move, you may ask? Well, we have a bunch of lands. So we go Soul Guide Lantern. And if we don't remove anything with Burst Lightning, we will draw an extra card with Soul Guide Lantern, because I don't think this matchup will require us to exile their graveyard. So we might as well get all the powerful cards. Speaking of powerful cards, I'm going to go for Migloz. Just a nice little 4/4 body. And we lose it. It's all good. We got more where that came from. Definitely not shy on lands, guys. Alright, so this is the move. We're going to play this. And we're going to try to look at what we're going to get with the top of our deck. See if we can find something good. They're obviously going to be... They're playing Boros token control, I'm guessing, by... just everything we've seen so far in their playstyle. I mean, just seeing the Get Lost in their mana setup, that's just my first assumption. Oh, land, oh my god. Well, okay, so this is the thing. I might be getting all these lands and whatnot, but the Restless Ridgeline will be really powerful in this matchup. Especially if they don't really do much. But we still might end up dishing out Halana and Alena before we go for the Restless Ridgeline, because we might as well put as much pressure on the board as we possibly can first. get rid of that. Very interesting. If this spells bargains, I'm gonna sacrifice it. They don't get to scry. I'm going to set up for a Bristly build for the following turn, and I'll give it haste. But Halana and Alena will just enter for now. Go for another Might, that's understandable. So the key things in this matchup are that they don't have Caretaker's Talent and Urbrask Forge, and even Elspeth. Those three cards are the powerhouse cards of that deck. And if they don't have any of those, then it's not going to be that bad. But once we run into one of those cards, it's definitely going to be a harder matchup. But if they just make mites every turn by committing 4 mana instead of just doing other things, then it's not that bad at the end of the day. But they keep on removing our creatures, then it will be troublesome. Alright, so go for our good friend Bristly Bill. We're going to pump up Bristly. Because Halana is a target of its own, so we might as well just distribute the value all around. Make a fish. Get rid of that fish. Don't need that. So now we'll just hold up the Burst Lightning. So technically, if they can't answer our board, then we could double the amount of counters with Bristly Bill and win that way. But I'm pretty sure they're going to go for that board wipe right now. That's what it's looking like. Sunfall or Day of Judgment. Pick your poison. Day of Judgment it is. But we're not out of this game yet, guys. That is for sure. Especially since technically this is 8 damage in her hand. And they don't play blue, so they can't counter us. So if we can hit them with anything else besides these Burst Lightnings, then we should win the game in a few turns. That's fine. Alright, we are in the clear. So this is the move. We're going to go Burst Lightning with the kicker next turn. And then the following turn, we're going to do the same thing. And that's a guaranteed win unless they gain life, because they can't really interact with me just casting this and just hitting them. But with Restless Ridgeline, there's multiple cards that they could... Well, that's a move. There's multiple cards that they could use. Alright, actually I think we got it right now. Because we hit him for 2, and then we'll hit him for 4 for game. Not bad. If we could get that third land this hand, it would be really nice, actually. Okay, go for Kellan to start it off. I'm really going to hope we can find a land that's not tapped for the following turn. And then Squee will come out, and this will be a nasty curve. Let's see. That's fine. Even though we didn't find it, it's okay. I feel like this curve would be nasty if we could get it to resolve. Well, not resolve, but if we could get max speed on it, then that'll be really good for us. Interesting. Alright, so check it out. I have Burst Lightning to get max speed on our opponent's turn, and then we get to swing with everyone. Plus we'll make a treasure with Magda, which will be relevant. But I don't think they're going to be able to deal with this if they're just going up the beanstalk on curve one after the other and not committing to getting rid of our board, which we have indestructible protection, by the way, so we're chilling. Oh, the max speed has to be on our turn. Whoops. But it's okay. This is more than enough damage. So we don't have any 1 or 2 drop creatures in this curve, which is not ideal. But I'm still going to keep it just because if they are playing an aggro deck, we could punish them on the early turns and then go right into Squee. But looks like it's an Omniscience deck, which means we are in trouble unless we find our Soul Guide Lantern before they bring out their Omniscience. Oh, we didn't find a 1-drop at least. This is how I feel right now without Soul Guide Lantern. It's my reaction. Oh, well, look at this. We might actually have a decent curve. That's fine. If we could somehow get the Squee to get on the board, that would be very nice. Alright, big Squee play. Yes, it is. So they need 2 turns to do their big combo. And if they don't get Omniscience in the graveyard with the mana they had before their next turn, then we'll have an extra turn. So we got to see how this is going to play out. Well, I guess that works. Okay, we get to go first. This one's not bad. Let's go for Magda. Ruby is a good card to play, but we don't have anything with 4 more power that we're going to set up for, so maybe we could get the crimes committed, if anything. But I feel now the move is we just go wide. And yeah, they could attack our hand or they do spot removal, but we're just gonna make a bunch of creatures. And they could obviously have a temporary lockdown or something like that, but that's not gonna take care of Squee, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. So they end up taking out Squee. He'll be back. Rid of these two. Nice. Lightning Helix. That's fair. I mean, do I need 4 other cards? That's perfect. So next turn we should have it, but they could also just board wipe. But if it's a spot removal, I think we'll be okay. If it's Lightning Helix, they'll go to 10, and we already have 6 damage on board. Ridgeline will pump something else up, but so it's 5 damage Ridgeline will have. So yeah, we got it. There's no way they could come back from that. We even got the Burst Lightning as an alternative card to dish out damage. Alright, this is an easy keep. Get to start off with Kellan and go from there. Go for the swing. We don't have anything. I think we'll just keep the Burst Lightning up instead of going for Soul Guide Lantern. It's not going to really accomplish much if we do that. Rakdos. Interesting. Alright, so let's go for the swing first. Then we'll follow it up with Surak, Elusive Hunter, which will definitely be good. Okay, I'd rather them do that instead of use that on Surak, so this works out. Plus we get to draw with this. Okay, we got a swing in for 6. Okay, well there goes Halana and Alena. Well, at least it replaces itself, which is really nice. And now with Samut, we're gonna get even more value. Well, that's a good card. Gonna find some dragons with that. It's one of my favorite cards. What do they get? Well, that's a good one. Okay. So this is the move. I'm gonna play our good friend Samut over here. Big swing. Go to 4. Alright. So, check it out, guys. They're at 4. I am going to just use the Burst Lightning next turn and win. If they can't do 17 damage to us next turn, which I highly doubt they can. And this has Vigilance and First Strike, which is so relevant right now. And they set up for greatness by doing this, but little do they know. We got the Burst Lightning. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.